We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about the Bitcoin price in this week. So there is a little bit of a time frame change here, because we just entered winter time and maybe not the rest of the world. So if you're watching this right now and it's at a different time for you, I'm very sorry. That is due to that. And also, we're going to look at what is exactly going on with the Bitcoin price right now. The weekly close is very interesting. We're also going to look at miner behavior and what is up with other metrics that support that we are going up from here. Looking at some of the news, and then also we're going to talk a little bit about Ecomi and VeVe as always. So make sure to stay all the way through. So good morning to every one of you. It's a Monday. It's a very slow Monday, also at a different time for some of you, as I just said in the intro. And hey, good morning, Trucking Hank. Trucking Hank is already here. Some other people lurking in the shadows, and I want to ask you to smash the like button here for the live stream, so that we can get started here. Also, Jasper Frank is here, coming out of the shadows, and in general, it is the fault of crypto right now to not be as exciting as it used to be many years ago, but I think that will change in a bit. If we're looking at the longer picture, we're going to look at the charts and the news in a second, then we will see that this is about to happen, that it is about to start. And yeah, so make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, notifications on, and I want to thank my rare hodlers also. You see them all around me here. Want to thank my rare hodlers for supporting me all the way on this journey and for keeping this channel basically partner free, meaning I'm just partnering with you all, with all of you that are here minted on this screen. And if you want to support this channel in this way as well, then consider becoming a channel member. That is enough to get the I think the next mint is 45, so we have 5 more mints in the sub 50, and then we're done. Then we're done with this. The screen is getting fuller, so I'm undecided how to deal with it, but right now we still have a couple of spots, so we will see once we get to the 50s how this is done. Anyways, let's jump right into it with the chart. This time starting from the monthly, and as you can see here also with outlines, we can clearly see what is happening. Right, we can clearly see that we have a breakout here. We have only 3 days and 20 hours more to close this monthly candle, and this monthly candle has to close somewhere above 65 to close outside of the bull flag on the monthly also, as some people are speculating on a fake out. I don't think that this is happening anymore. I think that is pretty pretty much the breakout already. If we're looking at the weekly, we can also see it. We have broken out, we have come back all the way down here to test this bull flag upside. Now this week starts a little bit red, but we closed our week and opened the next one just under 68,000, which is definitely a stronger move, as we also see that both candle bodies here, they are basically on top of this previous high. So all of that is pretty bullish. We are still not with a weekly TSI cross here. If we look at this is from the monthly, so ignore this white line, but still we don't have the bullish cross yet on the TSI to start our extremely bullish last leg, extreme last leg. We see the signs though on the MACD. So the MACD already flipped green, and for both, for the MACD and for the TSI, this is usually the signal where we go ballistic, right? Last time this flipped. I can show you again. I'm showing it, I think, every second stream or so. But last time that we bullishly flipped here on the MACD, and also here a little bit later on the TSI, was exactly here when this turnaround happened, right? So you see the confluence here, and then this was a 160, 180. If I go up to the wick here, let me see, up to the wick, 171% move. So if we would get 100% move out of this, we would end up just under 140k. If we get more than that, then 200k is also in the cards. But let's see. The targets are, the next targets are the breakout target for this once this retest is complete, which, as long as we don't take this out, it's not complete yet. We go to just under 80k. Then another target here, a conservative target, is 98,000. We got this target from the smaller bull flag, right here, from a smaller flagpole, and the longer flagpole implies 120k, there and thereabout. We are going to stick with these targets, and then my personal bull market top prediction is 135k here at September next year. So I have a little bit later target than most people, but we will see. I could be wrong. Don't take this for granted, but this is more or less the wrap up that we have. And if you want to see it also on the monthly, we see here, right? We see it here on the monthly cross as well. The bull market is intact, right? So the MACD is not converging anymore, the TSI is not converging anymore, and the bull market is intact. Let's see, Blaze Hayes every day says Guten Tag to you as well. What is MACD? So MACD is basically another momentum indicator. I can look it up quickly what this stands for. MACD indicator. So technical indicator, here we see it. Actually, does it say moving? There it is. Moving average convergence divergence. That is what it stands for, and it is a trend indicator to identify price trends. Let's dive into a little bit more into what it is. I think these questions are always great because sometimes we just see that indicators, they work, but we don't really know what they are. So here we have it, right? Price trends, measure trend momentum, and identify entry points for buying or selling. Moving average convergence divergence is a trend following momentum indicator that shows a relationship between two exponential moving average, the EMAs, of a security's price. Now, Bitcoin is not a security, but it still works. MACD was developed in 1970s by Gerald Apple and is one of the most popular technical tools readily available on most trading platforms, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that's basically it. It shows convergence of EMAs. That's what it is. Let's see. 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 Let's Dom Wu also here, good morning. And are you still thinking Omi will move next year? I do think Omi will move. That is for sure. I am not sure about any price targets as we are in price discovery to the downside, but we're going to discuss it in the end of the stream. Thank you, great question, Nivo. Let's quickly look at the news. So Japan's Shigeru Ishiba suggests he intends to stay on prime minister after ruling coalition loses majority. So there was a little bit of a shake in Japan, and the central bank still wants to remain on rate hike territory. So that FUD is still not going away, even despite the basically this electoral thing rocking the news. Also, China's industrial profits are plunging at fast pace since the pandemic, because obviously if you shut down your economy for a long time and you don't give it any leeway, then you have a problem. Now they're harvesting the fruit. It's as if someone would have said it, or it's as if some people would have criticized all of that, but hey, no one could know this, right? Anyways, by the way, we have 15 people here, so smash up the like button. The JH asks, what time is it where you are, Mr. Hodler? I think, oh, you can see the clock here. 7:31 in the morning, AM. So if you're tuning in from around the world, that could be different for you. We just had the daylight saving thingy going on, which is why it's different now for everyone who is not here in Central Europe, or for many people. GM, also G-Money, good to see you. European markets, though, are opening a little bit mixed because, let's see, here's the, yeah, okay, a little bit mixed. Because of the geopolitical tensions. We saw explosions in Iran and stuff like that, right? So people are a little bit on edge still with all of that stuff. Let's see, oil prices slide more than 4%. After Israel's limited attack on Iran, seen as not disrupting supplies. So that is good, because higher oil prices would have led to higher inflation, and that would have led to inflation fears. Problem is, if you see supply chain based or oil based rising inflation into your easing and you're not seeing that, then it could be a problem, right? So yeah, that's basically it, the news overview from that. Now, here's your latest FUD and how to get rid of it. So we saw that the Tether was accused of not having the reserve, as always. Like, this happens like every year, a couple of times. So Tether CEO breaks down reserves backing USDT stablecoin. The Wall Street Journal had cited unnamed individuals as the source of claims that the United States government is investigating Tether. Listen. This is like, it's already weird, right? So you cite unnamed individuals. I can do that as well. So I'm going to start my own news outlet, and from now on I'm citing unnamed individuals. So unnamed individuals said Bitcoin's going to go to 200k, right? I'm citing that right now. 200k in this cycle, no problem. I don't have to back it up. I'm just saying it. There's no right. Tether CEO, though, was then ready to do some FUD busting. So he was at Lugano's Plan B event in Switzerland, providing a breakdown of the reserve as a backing that Tether USD stablecoin has, following the allegation that the firm was under investigation by United States Department of Justice and the Treasury. Arduino revealed that Tether holds approximately $100 billion in US treasuries, more than 82,000 Bitcoin, valued roughly at 5.5 billion using current market prices, and 48 tons of gold. 48 tons of gold. So technically, that has gone up in value quite a bit. Trucking Inc. says our time change is now November 3rd. That is, yeah, whatever, right? That is, in some countries it is. Brazil, for example, they don't have it anymore. They got rid of it. I don't know what to do about this. Anyways, Tether CEO highlighted the asset reserves amid the fear, uncertainty, and doubt caused by this Wall Street Journal article. So I think FUD busted, right? Ready to go. No one is afraid of this at the moment. Then also, this could be a bullish one, right? This could be a really bullish one. I saw this right now. This came out today, right? This came out right now. Hong Kong SFC, that's their SEC basically, to fast track licensing for crypto exchanges approvals expected by year end. And this, so these exchanges in Hong Kong, they want to list all the altcoins, right? Because right now there are only like 4 different currencies or so that can be cryptocurrencies that can be traded there. And why do they fast track? Because they need, before alt season, they need to get this ready before alt season. Otherwise, all these exchanges, they cannot capitalize on this. Gearson says, "Hey man, can you check out others today as well?" I will. If you say so, I will. So let's see. This is the last one. Then we're looking at some charts, but let's just see here. So there are 14 crypto trading platforms that are currently under deemed to be licensed status as per SFC website, including Crypto.com and Matrixport. So far, only 3 crypto exchanges have received full license, but they also want to have like more, allow more coins, more exchanges. This is good for the industry. Here, let's look at miners quickly. So usually after the halving, what happens is that the miner profits get squeezed, because obviously the mining difficulty gets raised, everything costs more now, the price doesn't come up yet, so there's the miner squeeze, right? And miners that are established since a longer time run big operations, they know this, but it raises the entry barrier for other miners, right? So what we see here is that usually this miner squeeze takes about 6 months. This is now over, right? These 6 months, they are over, and basically the production cost is at about 60k, right? So it's not, so the miners, when they are mining something, they are already operating in profit now, so the squeeze is over. Whereas when the price of Bitcoin was below 60k, that is obviously a problem, because you're spending 60k to mine a Bitcoin and then you're selling it for 58,000. That doesn't work as a business model, right? That only works in communist and socialist countries, where the government gives you the rest of the money, so you can still be operating, right? But it doesn't work in free economy. So this is how it works. But also it's a little bit of a reason why the price is what it is, because miners are unwilling to sell their Bitcoin basically under 60k, and even slightly above 60k is still not good, because you also have profit, as some of these miners like Marathon and so on, they already have stock investors, so they need to have profit margins, so they can't just do the market a favor and sell it at a couple of bucks more. There needs to be a premium on top of that, and this is, yeah, that's basically what they're looking for, and that's why also prices are going up. Otherwise, they will not sell, and then you have a shock. Now, we're ready to go, as we see here. Stock to flow. We had a similar situation here and also here. You never move up with this gray line. It always looks weird when you only look at this, but if you see here, the curve out, it's coming over time, right? Now this last dot is a little bit higher. We will see how the market closes, but overall, I hope that this trajectory is right. It has been revised already, but we'll see. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Here we see, back to miner difficulty, by the way. Here we see it again. Every time, here's the halving on this side, every time you have the halving, the miner difficulty rises, where you see a second bottom on top of this miner difficulty. That's the orange dot. We just had that. That's the 6 months of consolidation and miner squeeze into this. That's usually the base, as you see here, and also here, it's the base for the next move up, right? So we just had that, and it's over now, or almost over now. So this is where the uptrend should go. Obviously, we also know that there are US elections in only 6 days. So if we are moving sideways for the next 6 days, I wouldn't be surprised. If we're starting a move in the next 6 days into, I would also not be surprised. Bottom line is, this is the last uncertainty to take out. And then right after, there are probably rate cuts. Like 3 days after the elections, there are probably 25 basis point rate cut. So this is all lining up quite nicely, so that we could get to something like this and send really, really hard, right? It could be looking like this. If it looks like this though, you see this here, it would be still a little bit more sideways, which we don't want to see. But overall, it could look like this. If you have a logarithmic curve on all the tops in the crypto market that we ever had, and we would revisit this, we would be above 180K, right? Hey, Green Lantern, GM present, driving and paying attention. Then let's go. Also, this would we are far more progressed than this here, because this is an old screenshot, right? Very old screenshot. So we are in the end of this accumulation phase, as you see the top here, right? But all in all, why I pull this up is just to remind ourselves there's a bear, there's an accumulation, and then there's a bull. And usually we are now somewhere into this bull, right? We are somewhere at the verge of this bull, somewhere there, right? This is old. This is old. But then also the big question is altcoin season. What about altcoin season, right? So look at 2017, halving, then 224 days, and suddenly Bitcoin dominance starts to roll over, right? The chart here is Bitcoin dominance. This is what you want to see out of Bitcoin dominance. And then also here 2021, halving, 224 days, and then Bitcoin dominance rolls over, right? So the question is now, halving, 224 days, we're not there yet, but Bitcoin dominance could be at the end of the move. Sound very low today. Okay, let's let me trigger this here a little bit. I hope that this is all right. Let me see. Is it now better? If it's too loud, please let me know, because the microphone. Let me know if it became better. Who wins the election? Best guess? I'd say Trump. I'd say Trump, to be honest, because it looks like that. Let's put it that way. It looks like that at the moment. Prediction market looks like that. Like what you see in the news, it looks like that. So I think he will win. Yeah. Let me know if the sound got better, because I just tried to increase it here. It's weird though. I didn't change my settings in any way. Let me know. Let me know about the sound. Okay. So all in all, why are people bored? Because people don't like if price doesn't go in either direction hard, which it didn't. I mean, look at this, like literally since March 24, you're looking at the same price level. We're literally just under this level. It's the same. Yes, we had up and downs and so on, right? But it's the same price level, so no one cares. You are the only one, and this. I think this is what's going to set in the end the people that will do well in this market, apart from those who don't. Because you guys are here, and you guys are, can anyone confirm this with the sound? Because until now, no one really said anything. Maybe just him. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm happy to bring the sound up. But what's crucial to see here, in my opinion, is these patterns, they take a long time to unfold, right? Sideways move, this base forming is just so important for this mega move to the upside at some point. And also it's like rubber band style, and you see this here, like if you draw a curve on this, right? And like an averaging out, you would see kind of this is really bullish, right? Really bullish. And we're just sitting under 68,000. So we might just see a green week here already. Trucking Gang says it's good, so it might be your setup on the phone. Okay, so there's a cool thing that I want to show you before we go to the other. So one is USDT dominance, right? So for USDT dominance, and let's get rid a little bit of this arrow, the retest is already complete. So you see this here, bam, retest and start, right? So it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, until this is falling. As we completed the retest on this channel, it doesn't get more clean than that. Bitcoin obviously has a little bit more sideways to go while this is falling, but then Tether into the market, I think, right? Now let's look at the DXY. So the DXY also needs to fall for us to really go hard, right? And it doesn't until now, but it encountered some resistance here, as we see. And there's something that I want to show you with the global liquidity signal. So if we pull up global liquidity index, we see that global liquidity, because the interest rates are still high, right, in the US and so on, and the money printing didn't really start in the US. Global liquidity, though, it's inversely correlated to the DXY, as we see here, right? So it goes down, DXY went up. Once the DXY comes back, global liquidity goes up, or better, global liquidity goes up, and that's why the DXY comes back. This is the right order of correlation as you're printing money. But what is important is to see one thing. How can I mark this best? I take a square. So this, from here, wait, that's the same coloring of a square. That's not good. Let me put this in green. So this, until here, is our last bull market, okay? So you see that because here is the double bottom in the DXY, and you see that the global liquidity was still rising when we already were at the bottom. So the DXY is the more accurate, more, I would say, even front-running factor here, right? So this, when we dropped with the DXY until we bottomed with the DXY, that was our run, right? That was our final leg in the crypto bull market that we had before, right? And the same thing happens also here in this bull market. And you see, I didn't even have to change the size of the square in terms of time frame. These are the two bull runs that we had. And the funny thing is that here, from this drop off, we are already way longer in this consolidation phase, right? So we're now here, and we're still waiting for this massive drop to the downside, right, to here. We're still waiting for that. And global liquidity also didn't really turn around yet, whereas here, for example, I mean, the bull market is on since a longer time here, so this is only the final leg, right? So if we were to say the final leg starts, let's put it that way, so we don't confuse. The bull market is going on, but the final leg starts somewhere here when it really collapses, right? So then let's take this one again. So then we should have this all. Let's say we drop here and we drop really down like here. Then we would have until 26 of a last leg. That would be crazy, right? But we will see. We will see how it happens. What we did not see here, and we see it in the other ones, is that global liquidity is rising, right? So this yellow line coming up here, right? So that's the ultimate, and the DXY then, while that happens, coming down here. That is what we're waiting for. And this is also a little bit of the head scratch, right? This needs to come down. This DXY part needs to come down. Gold, sideways now, flagging, right? Probably going higher. Bitcoin to still follow, right? Bitcoin to still have a bigger leg up. It's good, but I noticed your channel is lower than other. I don't know. I think I have to do something about this microphone. I don't know, but maybe this could be too loud now, right? I don't know, but let me know if it's too much. Okay, so that's Solana. We want to look at, okay, so first Bitcoin dominance, right? So you see this here. This is exactly what I said. We were expecting this to break down, but we don't. We are breaking actually up for Bitcoin dominance. This is why your altcoins are getting wrecked, right? Why your portfolio isn't going up if you have an overweight in altcoins, because everything is flowing into Bitcoin apparently. So we are already at almost 60%. Now 60% is the real deal. And if we are looking from the halving, 60% could be where we really could turn around. We could, but who knows, right? We could also accumulate more Bitcoin dominance because of the ETFs and so on. So let's look at the, where is it? April, somewhere in April, I think 19th of April or so was the halving. So let's look at this. So 224 days, that would put us roughly into December, when when Bitcoin dominance should drop, right? According to the 224 days that we saw in the beginning of the stream. So that is where then maybe we could expect this to come back, and then altcoins do way better, right? So Bitcoin dominance is still on a rise, which means Bitcoin is outperforming all altcoins collectively. It doesn't mean that your one single altcoin cannot outperform Bitcoin, but collectively altcoins are underperforming Bitcoin still. And until this turns around, technically it's better to ride Bitcoin and then just convert Bitcoin into alts. But yeah, that is what the trade long term looks like, right? So what we have drawn in here could still happen. Just rejecting from this high here. But if we see this break out above 60%, then it's going to be really interesting where we're going to end up, and it could make our alt season a lot heavier the higher this goes, right? A lot stronger the higher this goes. This is interesting, very interesting. Let's see. There we go. So Solana also broke out, by the way. Just so you know, Solana is also going for its next move. It printed a breakout here. It's retesting right now, so about a week behind Bitcoin, as Bitcoin has already performed this retest and Solana has 6 days on this candle left. You don't want to see a fake out though into this flag. And then the target is above $300. Let's look at the others. Solana's good. I think we should look more to Solana than for Ethereum. Here's our others chart, which kind of is retesting as well, though, since this is very steep, right? Since this is very, actually this is, let me see one thing. There you go. This was drawn into the logarithmic. So since this is very steep, you could either take the candle, yeah, this is probably the correct way to draw it, or when you take the candle bodies, then you have it even steeper, right? So this candle bodies would be this here, right? This would be along the candle bodies. Yeah, this would be, so your retest was complete here already, right? So you don't want to see this fall for the alts, otherwise they get really wrecked if this falls into it again. I I would still say there is a possibility to go once Bitcoin turns around. We will see this week. This candle cannot be taken seriously. Only this year, right? Because this can turn around and just go up at any moment. We still have 6 days. So how high will Solana go? I would say closer to $1,000 is possible. I don't think, maybe like just under 1,000 could be possible. If you consider that you're 250, that would be a rough 4x on the last leg. That would be a 2x for Bitcoin. That would not be unrealistic to go to 1K. But Solana's really big. It could be also only a 3x or something like that. Then you're at $750 or something like that. It depends, right? But Solana's doing really well. People are excited about Solana. It can perform really well. And I know my targets are always a little bit more conservative than the rest, but I like it that way. I'd rather be surprised in a positive way, right? Yeah, so that is it for the altcoins. What we really want to see is somehow finding support, right? Finding support that is, and forming higher here, finding support on this, right? And starting the move. That is what we want to see for the altcoins. So what's going on in the altcoin space? Let's look at that as well. OM is up, Mu is down. A couple of coins actually up on the day. Rune, Ordi, Phantom 3.6%, Casper a little bit, Doge and Avi 3.5% roundly. Even Litecoin is up. Radium. We see also, this is something interesting, if you have been here in the last cycle, we see that slowly but surely most of the projects that have been big in the last cycle are falling out of the top. We still see Floki, we still see ICP, we see Rune, right? We see VeChain that is still there. We see ApeCoin, Solana, okay, Tron, right? But there are also new projects now coming up, upwards into this. But it's still a good mix of both, right? We will see how the others perform. And your expectations for VET. Let's see. Let's pull up VeChain. Let's pull up VeChain. Is this a good chart? It's not really a good chart. Binance. Okay. This was the expectation for VeChain here. I think we have redrawn it in the last cycle. I'm not sure, or in the last prediction. I'm not sure. It's already a long time ago, the last prediction. What do we see? It's a little bit weak, but it's not super bad, right? I mean, you have one support line here, and then we're basically finding support on this. It's a little bit similar to here, right, where you also have these bases. I think the prediction is still intact. It's just underwhelming in terms of that we could have gone already a little bit, but I'm still positive about VeChain. It's one of the stronger projects, so I'm going to keep my bag and hope for exactly this turnout. Yeah, I mean, if we were to start rise in December and it in the end looks like this, then I was wrong about a couple of months. But so far so good. I think that also lengthening cycle, whatever, yada, we just need Bitcoin to run, and then I think this turnaround will happen. What we see, what I think is good, is that this seems to be a stronger level of support at the 2 cents to 2.1, 2.2, something like that, where we're sitting right now. So overall, all altcoins are going a little bit. What I don't like, but maybe this comes then, is that the volume is really flat on VeChain. but the market cap is still pretty high. It's still in the top 100. It's not like other coins that have fallen out. And the most important thing is, though, that this support that we are having right now is where the previous bull market also has started, that we're forming support on top. So I could really imagine that the trajectory looks like this. Stage it like the worst, medium, and best case, right? 8 cents, 28 cents, 70 cents, above 50 cents. I'm definitely going to take profit in between here. I'm not going to wait for the last thing and then it doesn't happen, right? So yeah, for VeChain, I think that would be it. And we see that VeChain is in the top 100, right? Here it is. Let's see which. Yeah, it has rank 50, so it's close to fall out of the top 50 though. So that it would be good if it runs a little bit. It has 1.75 billion market cap, so it's definitely one of the bigger coins. What else is pumping? Metaplex, APU is doing well. Well is doing well. Moonwell. Whatever Moonwell is. Moonwell reminds me of World of Warcraft, to be honest. Let's see. Both are behind my screen. There you go. SXP and API3 are pumping. Also, there's something maybe that we can see that like Storge is pumping Orca, or not pumping, but going up a little bit. Also, ArcBlock, Borg a little bit, Trump, obviously because of the rallies and so on, probably. And then top 300 to 400, MAGA is pumping. Nero is up 41.6% again, super crazy stuff. Yeah, and so we see a little bit of a mixed market today. Let's look at OMI and this, as OMI is still going lower, right? So again, what I try to preach since a long time is that no supports are holding for OMI, right? And we are at all-time lows for the cycle, basically. Not all-time, but cycle lows. And as long as this price discovery to the downside actually occurs, I'm not going to do any moves, right? I'm not going to do anything as this occurs, right? The question in the beginning was if OMI will, or if OMI can go up in the cycle. And I say, once Bitcoin dominance falls and all altcoins get allocation, liquidity, yes, I think also that OMI will go up, right? But I think that the fundamentals are way weaker at the moment than they have been in the last cycle, or the plans for the fundamentals, right? This is the problem. Buy some gypsies, everyone here, RR, whatever that is. So here we see that it is very weak. We are waiting for the whales to make their move. MACD for OMI has crossed, but price action doesn't yet, not yet. We are waiting for whales to step in at some point when they see fit, when they took their profits, but maybe not until December, maybe not even this year, who knows, right? So we are sitting at 00035. That is the support at the moment. But as I said before, we are in price discovery to the downside, so we could go to 00003, right? Without the 35, we could go lower. We don't know. We need to see something in the charts that implies that this is it, right? Before we can make any extra moves. I have my 4 million that are down quite bad, 4.3 million. But okay, it is what it is, right? That was the bet that I took, and yeah, it is what it is. So now we are waiting for a turnaround here. Whereas for the project in itself, as VeVe, is doing better, but I think for investors that waiting for LeBron James, aping into VeVe, exactly. I mean, we see that we have whales, hodlers whales, like here, for example, this expert guy, he bought 1,000 NFTs just in week 43. We have Michael Camper, which is new as a name probably, because I didn't know. Didn't he sell like most? He has most positions. He's back again, or what? I don't know. Understand what that means, but that's something that I could ask for here. We also see Archerman, 99 ranks climbed by acquiring 364 NFTs. And then we also see someone who sells, like this Husk show. Maybe that's rebalancing, who knows? But overall, we see that there are a couple of things happening in the market that is good. Let's see so we have Bezosman with 64,000 that acquired another 122 NFTs. So Bezosman is buying, but he's buying not as much anymore. We have some hard rank climbs here. But let's see what you need to be in the top 500. This is the last section here. You can probably not see it, but I read it to you. So Superman 38 is the last rank here, this number 500, and he has 1,615, which is also what you need for 499, right? So both of them have 1,615. So that means, and this is funny because you can buy 1,600 comics for $1 and you would be in the top 500, right? You would spend 1.6k on the market and then you're in those rankings, right? So if you would take $2k, you can manage your way into the top 500 if that's a goal, right? Who knows? It's not for everyone, but for some people apparently it is, to climb the ranks. So I'm far away from that because I think I have 800 or so. So I'm probably more in the top 1k, not in the top 500. But we see that it's not like there are only 20 people active on VeVe and so on. We have a lot, many hodlers here, and also people that are buying. So you see activities all across the board of these top 500, and now we're waiting for LeBron James to hit the market, right? VeVe had a drop yesterday. Let's look at VeVe and then maybe also Living Aloha, so how this drop went. What is this? The store Marvel Metallic Red Digital Collectibles sold out in minutes at NYCC. Show us any of our favorites. So this is good, like doing some advertisement here with the Metallic Red. 48 hours to win something more, right? Also, there's a burn announcement going on here from My Collectibles. That some comics and also collectibles are getting burned from the store, such as these here, so Juggernaut and so on. So here we have the list. So Howard the Duck, Deadpool, Iron Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 14, Daredevil 254, X-Men, Avengers, and so on. So a lot of these, Universe 1, 2, 3, 4, are getting burned actually. So not for the masses anymore, which also means we will have a lot of comics that will have very likely a higher scarcity, or increased scarcity in this pool, right? Is it good or bad? We will see. By the way, I thought Wolverine 1 is sold out, but anyways. And then also apparently there is another drop here from Finding Nemo, or Nemo, actually. So these collectibles are coming. We have Nemo already as a platinum. This needs to be known. But there is going to be Nemo, Dory, and Crush as the Pixar friends, right? So this is also cool. I think this will be... A lot of people are excited about, were excited about these movies. And then yesterday there was this Elmo drop. So let's look quickly at Living Aloha's analysis. How much sold? Probably not much. Like Sesame Street has a small collector base, but we will see. Did he post anything about this? Actually, he didn't. He didn't post about this. So okay. So no. I don't know if it did sell out or something like that. But that's basically the news, what is dropping on VeVe now. We can also look at if KCBMW has this already all in the calendar, so we see a little bit more. Yes, he does. So there was the Elmo, here are a couple of comics. Then also we get the Cryptkin thing on 31st, right? So on 31st there's some things going on. So the Cryptkins coming back. And also on the 3rd, there will be then the Nemo drop. So VeVe continues to drop, perform, and the drops are selling. This is good, right? So, Elmo sold out. That's even better news. Nice. Okay, that's really great. Elmo sold out. That's good. That's good. That's good. That is good news. Solana rejection may be going to Moon. Yeah, Solana is going to the moon, I think, to be honest. Where is it? Oh, here's the VET. Let's go back to Solana, because apparently you guys are interested more in more Solana. Actually, Sol US. Which one was my Sol chart? I always forget. Was it this one? No. Binance. Also not. Which one was it? Bitstamp. This one was it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think so. I don't think it's rejection, to be honest. I think it's a breakout, and now the retest. Solana, here we go, right? Yeah, I think it's nice retest. Let's see, but Bitcoin has to perform, otherwise it will not. Otherwise it will not go, right? Bitcoin has to perform here. But we are at 175 for Solana. A 5x is absolutely... I said 4x. I thought Solana was on 200 something, but it's actually not. It's 175. So 5x I think is also possible. 4 to 5x. Solana is really looking juicy. I mean, yeah. Could be at 300 in no time. And yeah, that could be a good one. We will see. Everything will be more clear after the 4th and after the 7th of 8th? No, 7th of November. After the elections and after the rate cut. I think that is good. And it's exhausting, right? It's exhausting. I'm in there with a 75x leverage. Depends on how much money is behind that leverage, right? But don't do this. I can only say it. I mean, everyone does what they want, right? But leverage is risky. Obviously, if you're in a $1 trade with a 70x leverage, it's less risky than if you have like double mortgaged your house to place the trade, right? But yeah, everyone's risking their money. Very likely we lose money in crypto. It is what it is. Happens, right? We could lose our money. It is what it is. Anyways, guys, I think for today, that's already pretty good, guys. Make sure to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on if you're enjoying this. We have looked at Bitcoin, we have looked at VeChain, at Solana, at Ecomi, at VeVe. We have looked at the metrics, and tomorrow we are looking at a little bit more. So wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I wish you profitable trades like Malte says here. And I see you in the next one. Have a good one, everyone. Bye. Sip of coffee also.